All right. Play the intro.
How's it looking?
It's good.
I can hear audio now.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, I'm gonna go watch.
All right. Ty, we're gonna try to show the trailer at the end.
What trailer?
The first one.
Oh, not the second one.
Yeah, yeah.
Shouldn't that be playing? Hey, there we go.
Hey! Don't people have to watch a advertisement for 15 seconds now? No, they don't?
No.
Okay.
All right, we're making
Hey,
something
we're
go
here!
on.
What do you know? We're in a different location today, so we don't have headphones, no mics. Hopefully you guys can all hear us really well. Nice backgrounds here. Woo! Realistic dragons. Ah! Okay, some exciting stuff to show in today's podcast. Welcome back. We weren't here last week, and we were at E3, I think, the week before that. So
Yeah.
it's been a few weeks since we've done one of these. I'm Todd. That's Rod. Say hello, Rod.
Hello?
So what we're going to show you today is we got some really cool stuff with the zone. It's going to be one of the stop fondling the dragon. Who's writing these comments? We have a new zone that's coming out later in July, and it's going to be pretty awesome stuff. We're going to give you a little sneak peek at it today. We talked a little bit about it. We've got some screenshots out on the web. Let's see. We're going to really quick run through E3. So let's talk about E3. You have that slideshow? Okay, we got a couple slides, nothing super, but the first thing that I want to tell everybody is that, go ahead and click to the next slide, because that one's kind of boring. Oh, that's exciting.
Much better.
Look at that, there's Rod and Taina. Taina is our brand manager, and the back of my head, which is always exciting to look at. There you go, this kind of shows, there's Jen, that's our community relations manager. Some of the people that stopped by to play the game. We were nominated for 2 awards at E3. We were nominated for Best PC Exclusive and Best of Show MMORPG. And by the first one, the Best PC Exclusive by EGM Now, and the Best RPG by Flesh Eating Zipper. So we actually won runner-up for both of those, which is pretty cool. Would have been nice to be the winner in one, but getting 2 nominations and runner-up for both when there were multiple games in each category is pretty nice. The game showed pretty well. There were a lot of press. If you take a look at my producer's letter, which is now in the forums and on the website in the news articles.
Yeah, the articles.
At the bottom, we have a link for all of the different press. So, you know, if you want to see what people have said about the game besides ourselves, because we always say good things, definitely check it out. Let's see what else. We talked about the Frontier system and some of the things that are be coming up for launch when we do launch the game, because we are in open beta right now. We talked about PvP. We talked about the Citadels and the Frontier system and how capturing guilds will be able to capture the Citadels and then defend them. But that's, again, end game content. We talked about raid stuff that's being worked on right now. It's all pretty good, and we're going to show you that stuff over time. Why don't we jump into the game, though, now? People can stop looking at us.
Stop looking at us.
Yes. Let's see. Oh, before we do too much game, I want to hint that we've got a contest that'll be talked about later in the show, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But here we are in the new zone that's going to be coming out sometime mid-late July, and we're actually just getting this content in a final stage next week. So we're going to have our first full QA pass at it. This is from our build a few weeks ago, and the zone is called Wintertide. Rod, feel free to jump in at any point in time, but just a little background on Wintertide. It's to the north of Korhala, and it's basically frost-covered environment. It's part of the original one of the original Dragon Wars. It's actually the second Dragon War, which was about 500 years ago in the lore of the game. This land kind of became a little bit of turmoil. There's the remains of actually one of Kronos' buddies from the second Dragon War, which is a devouring dragon named Lynor. So a little bit of information for you guys there. Lynor was slain during the Second War, and there's actually a town named after Lynor, who again was basically Kronos' second in command. one of the devouring dragons. And then there's a lot of there's a lot of combat in this area between giants and trolls. Wow, you are running really fast.
I am. I went the wrong way, so I'm trying to get myself back where I want to be.
Rod. Crystal. Let's see. I'm looking at your chat here too, so we can get going. So that's basically some of the lore behind it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna walk through a couple of the zones. This is obviously where the trains are. This is a very cool city. Don't you have a dragon you can be flying?
I do, but he's so slow.
Okay. And then we're gonna also check out a couple of the new instance zones because there's in Wintertide there's 3 instances, which are gonna have a lot of new content, and then there's gonna be one big dungeon for groups that'll have level 3 and level 4 difficulties on them. So something we don't see a lot of right now in the world. And then one of the other cool things about Wintertide is we're gonna be extending the level cap. So again, look for next month for this update to be coming out mid to late July with a lot of new content and then 10 more levels to gain. So really cool stuff. Again, in our build today, we don't have all of the final content, but there are several cool dragons. I think you're actually running past one of them right there, aren't you?
Well, those aren't actual dragons. Not sure what those are, really, to tell you the truth.
No, those aren't the dragons. Wow, those are weird.
Yeah, what you saw, man, there's one of the dragons right there is a raptor. A lot of the dragons you have in this particular area are very snow-looking. A lot of them have icicles on them, a lot of snow covering, to kind of give that feel of Wintertide. Where do we got some?
Well, we're gonna go into Yorka's Thunder next, right?
Sure, let's go in there.
You wanna go there right now? All right, and then I want to show off that city that's surrounded by that dragon bone. I think that's
Where I was heading to. That's the
that's
city.
Linor's town, right?
Yeah. Want to go over there real quick?
Yeah, let's go to Linor's town real quick.
Let me just run over there. I'll cheat it. A little bit.
The video quality's kind of bad. Well, how about now? Does the game look good? We're using a different camera today, so if you're having issues with seeing Rod and I, don't worry about it. The zone is coming out in July. Yes, that is correct. You won't be able to run through it quite as fast as Rod does here because he hasn't set up teleportation points evidently to where we need to go.
And I'm lost.
And he's lost. Okay, there we go. No, that's
a little further.
one of the cool things
Whoa.
that you see in the world is you just went too far. I think you just went past it. Turn back around. There it is. Right there.
Wow, the clipping is way off on this right now.
Yeah, it's because you're running too fast. All right, while we bicker, what I want to show you here is this is Linor's town. This is Linor, who was one of the boss dragons in the Second Dragon War, and basically second in command to Kronos. He died here, and they built this town around him. And just to give you a sense of how big he was, I mean, take a look at this. There's his head over there on the right, and his backbone and rib cage. Put the camera up a little bit, and we can see his rib cage. No. Just angle the camera up so we can see his rib cage. There you go. Yeah, check it out. I mean, that is one big dragon sitting around all those buildings. So you kind of get a sense of how epic some of the elder dragons are. And this is cool. This is just one of the environments. Again, now we're going to take you into one of the first instances and show you some of the combat and stuff that's going on. But really, we just want to give you a sense of, like, this is what you can expect in this continent, in this zone. Yeah, catching that dragon, that would be awesome, but you can't do that. All right, so we're going to go right now into Yodrak's Thunder. It's a massive troll fortress where the Blood Rage trolls live. All right, so we're going to encounter the Blood Rage trolls here. They're known to have been altered by the effects of Kronos' blood, giving them, strong use of elements and dragon spell powers. So there's a little extra story for you guys today in the lore. That's compliments of Merv, by the way. Some of you remember Merv from our Twitch streams a few weeks ago. Merv is definitely helps us get the lore of the game. All right, so show us some combat. Pull out your dragon. Let's do something fun here.
Fun?
Yeah, fun.
Gosh, I didn't prepare for fun.
I think you actually, we have some, there's definitely new dragons in this zone as well. And we were running around the last couple days in Wintertide here trying to actually capture a few of the rare dragons. And so we have one on this account. Rod will pull them out sometime in the next few minutes whenever he feels like it. And we'll show you off some of those cool dragons.
That's not him.
No, that is not. That's a cool dragon and all, but All right. Why don't you talk a little bit about this guy? Some of the abilities he has. You don't have any of his. Oh, you do have one of his abilities.
I don't
Say
even
that
see
one.
it yet. Grab that. I like that ferocity. Ferocity's cool.
Tell us about this guy.
Tell you about him. Well, he's a rare dragon you can find in the zone.
He's got a big tail.
He is. He's going to be interesting to try to tame since I think he's around 75. So he's going to be a little difficult for most people until you actually max out again.
Yeah. Now you're gonna take us back to Yodrak Elk Crown.
Oh, the boss?
That's
Yeah.
the boss, yeah.
Yeah, it's working my way back there. I turn my attack flag off so I don't train everything.
Can you fly in here?
No.
Okay. I know you can. I'm just trying to get some info for the players.
Exactly, I understand.
Well, you know, the reason that we don't do running and flying is because of exactly what Rod's doing here, where he's running past all the mobs. Just be aware, that's something we're looking to fix in the future, where you won't actually be able to run without GM God mode on. You won't be able to run past all of these, all the creatures within the instance, because the idea is we want you to fight your way through it. And right now, that's kind of an exploit. So don't do it.
The story behind Ordrak is he's a fairly large, vicious troll that devoured some of the blood of dragons to actually enhance himself further.
Can you show the map? Is there a map of this?
There
dungeon?
isn't a map of this dungeon.
Okay, there's no map yet, sorry. And Orange Jet, yes. Oh, someone else said yes. You can stream the game right now. We're in open beta, so we're no longer under NDA. We're no longer, you know, this is secret. It's out there. Anyone can register and play and participate in our beta. Go ahead. This is Yodrak Elkhorn, right? Elk Crown.
And like Todd mentioned, this is an early build of it, so his AI isn't exactly set up for it, so I'm really not going to engage him to show his combat that he actually has, but that's him.
He's kind of broken, but he looks badass.
He is really neat.
Well,
He's
yeah,
also
and-
got the cool antlers on his head.
Someone wants to know if those swords drop.
I don't know. That would
Well,
be cool, though.
Yeah, so we haven't really engaged in combat with him yet because, like Rod said, the AI is not working. This is an early build we had from a few weeks ago. So again, we're looking to get a more final build next week, and then we have to test it out for a few weeks, give some feedback, give time for any changes, and then that's when we'll publish it to live. So let's see,
It's going to zone us into one of the other instances now.
which one are we going to go? Lodar Cave or Toran Prison?
The Lodar Cave.
Okay. Lodar Cave. All right, let me tell you guys a little bit about where we are now. This is a secret cave by the once grand waterfall of Lake Lodar. But during the Dragon Wars, the water was changed to ice, along with all of Wintertide, and it became home of the Shaxx Dragon Army. It is now home to the ex-Vulture leader, Executioner Tarshid. Okay. This is Roderick Dayarka's former army general and right hand. So
I think these guys are really cool.
they're kind
I
of
don't know.
strange. Is what I
They're
think.
cool
They
looking
look
little
like
penguins.
like giant penguins.
Now, what's really cool about it is I'm going to turn my attack flag back on so they actually attack me.
Yeah.
They throw snowballs.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They are awesome.
Well, go ahead. I want to see him hit you.
I thought that was really cool.
Gonna die in a snowball fight.
I am probably going to die in a snowball fight.
Who thought that was possible? Oh, you just turned your GM flag off again?
Yes, I did. I don't want to die. Okay, let's just run through here a little bit. This particular dungeon, you're going to find a lot of mercenaries here because, again, it's the boss is one of the ex-leaders of Vulture.
Yeah, the Vulture leader. He's the ex-Vulture leader.
There's actually a pretty good amount of lore. Wow. Weird effects.
Actually, that's one of my favorite things about Wintertide is that all of the yeah, everything looks a little cloudy.
There's a weird
today.
cloudy effect going on here.
But everything has a lot of lore in this new zone.
And there's a long history in this particular zone of not only the Dragon War itself, but there's a long war between the trolls, the humans, or the Osara, I should say,
Osira, yeah.
and the giants, ice giants, which we'll also be showing a little bit. And that war has been going on for years, and nobody ever really wins the war. They just kind of push each other back. Each of the different dungeons kind of show off each of these different factions. Where am I? I'm lost.
Yeah, that's right. For those of you who haven't seen, we do. This game is amazing. We do have patch notes out already. I believe Tony put those out yesterday
Oh, did he?
on the forums. I believe so.
I didn't notice them.
We will be patching next Tuesday. We have a lot of fixes. We did have a couple problems with our operations group, but we're going to get that patch out on Tuesday. We just want to make sure everything's right for it. And it's primarily bug fixes. There's a few changes, and we're actually looking at maybe making a new vanity set available.
That might look a lot like the one I'm wearing.
It's going to be exactly like the one you're wearing, I
It's
believe.
going to look a lot like it.
Yeah.
For those
So-
that are interested.
So that'll be available next week. Yeah, that was a cool dragon. Again, not one you can capture, but just, again, we're trying to give you guys a sneak peek of what's coming and some of the fun things you'll be able to do here. One of the coolest things, of course, is leveling up to 70. We will be, at some point with Wintertide build, with this build, we will be resetting mastery points. So it's just something to keep in mind as you're contemplating what mastery points you want to spend. We're in beta. We are going to be resetting the mastery points so that you will be able to kind of respec. So we'll post about it as well, so people aren't trying to spend time to reset their points. Something to keep in mind.
Let's jump over to the next dungeon.
Masteries, right? Like when you hit your N key and you use your basically your skill trees, those are your mastery points.
Okay, so this is the third instance that we have.
And this is the Tauren prison, correct?
Correct.
All right, so this is Tauren prison. It is a secret prison, not known to the common folks. It houses some of the most terrifying criminals and political prisoners of the Tauren Empire. The interrogator is here. He controls the inmates with his head guard Tuduk, a massive blood rage troll that he rescued from the battlefield. So the Tauren people don't know about the prison, but citizens who openly protest the rule of the Zion family go missing and potentially end up here. So very, very cool stuff. Again, that's just a little sneak peek at what's to come, and you're going to learn a lot more as you do some of the quests up here in Wintertide. But winter is coming. Yes, I had to say it. Winter is coming to Dragon's Prophet in July. Yeah, that guy's creepy. Like, that looks like kind of like a human. No, I guess
He's one
that's
of
a
the
troll
trolls.
face. I thought it was more of a human face, but it's really a troll face with just a long neck. Yeah, so here we go. Here you see some of the prisons and some of the guys that are captivated down here. Captive down here. Let's go back and show the prison. There you go. These guys getting dangled down over the water. You see like a pulley system up above? There you go. There's the pulley system. All right. Very interesting stuff. All right, so take us back to find that boss. You still have your GM flag on, so
I
these
do.
guys won't attack you?
Yeah, the boss doesn't exist in this zone right now for us.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
I know. So as you can see, he's invisible. Right here.
You kind of see the effect of it right there, though.
No.
Coming out of the statue. All right. Well, there you go. This is the Tauren prison. So we've taken you through the three primary instances, and there's going to be a fourth instance, but that one doesn't have actually any population in it yet, and that's the large group zone, and that will have the 4 difficulties. Definitely where you're going to be getting a lot of your experience.
It's going to be the opportunity to meet the ice giants. They pretty much right now are kind of the big wigs in the zone, and it's for the story dungeon itself. You're going to learn a lot about them and the conflict between them and the Blood Rage trolls, and the war that they've been fighting against each other.
Right on. So real quick as a segue while you're getting us to the next location, can we get the PIP again? We're going to get some game footage. So we had a contest that we ran this week, and it was the Dragon's Prophet live stream contest. So we want to thank everyone who sent in a submission, who put in a name. And I believe, Rod and I already actually turned in our votes for the names. We're going to make a decision by Monday, and we're going to announce the winners on Monday. So that will be done via web and social media, and we're going to give away some prizes. There's a Dragon's Prophet T-shirt, the Dragon Meditation balls, and Station Cash. So check it out. There will be some cool stuff there, and should be pretty cool. We saw some really interesting names,
Yeah, there
some
was some
creative ones, some funny ones. You entered that contest. Thank you for that.
I think we had a couple entries that were just their own name. I thought it was a little weird, but
I figured that was you, so what
well,
did I know?
I had to throw a couple entries in.
I'm kind of disappointed. I don't have the little cursor where I can write draw on Rod's face, but it's very boring for me this time. Let's show some more dragons. I mean, this game's all about dragons. Like, let's talk about some of the other cool things that are going to be coming. Oh, I guess I should talk a little bit about what I was tweeting about. So I don't know if any of you guys are following me on Twitter. Rod and I both have Twitter handles. Rod's _SOE, and I am Todd A. Carson _SOE. It's kind of long, but T. Carson was taken, T.A. Carson was taken, Todd Carson. So anyway, Todd A. Carson _SOE. And I did tweet earlier this week about a new feature that's coming out, and pretty awesome. You guys are gonna be really excited about it. Whether you play for free or whether you're willing to pay to play the game, this is going to be fun. It's called the Dragon Resting Place, is what we're calling it right now. And basically, it's additional spaces to put extra dragons. So it's not part of the dragon inventory or the dragon stable. So you won't be able to, take these dragons out and fight with them at the moment. But it is a place for when you have all of your available dragon slots full. Rather than dismissing your dragons or sacrificing them or just dismissing them, you'll actually be able to have more space. Can you tell us if the seal breaking powder is coming to Station Cache this Tuesday?
Maybe. It's currently available on the Dragon Insignia store.
Yeah.
You can also get it through extracting some of the flutes. With the next update, you're actually going to have a much better chance of getting the powder through extracting than you did currently. So that'll give you one area that you can get more of them.
I like this one. Can I create and command my own dragon army and take over both servers? No, but that's a great idea. Anyway, so the dragon resting place, we're going to have more details later, but the cool thing is it's just more space for you to collect more dragons. Now again, that's the preliminary. We'll actually talk about it again. We're not going to do another webcast next week because of 4th of July holiday, but we will be doing one the following week. So at that point, maybe we'll have some more to talk about. We got to save some stuff.
I think I'm going to put a post up on the forum probably this weekend or next week, just to talk about our webcast and give you an opportunity to give us some suggestions of things you'd like to hear about.
Yeah.
Let us know. We'll do our best to find out information and tell you about it.
You're getting beat up here by...
Oh, he's not going to hurt me.
Wampa? No, what's this guy called?
Relic Hunter. Yeti. Actually, there's a different thing that looks more like a Yeti. There's over here.
Yeah, so give us your feedback for what you'd like us to talk about on the, let's see, that'll be the 12th of July, I believe, will be our next...
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Something like
I think
that.
The 4th
Math
is on
is
Thursday.
hard. Penguins.
Public event, CIS 1700. Yeah, you can see. Translations in progress. So I think that's pretty much it. So again, we're here in Wintertide today. We're showing you, pull out that dragon that you got again, because I think that's pretty cool. No, not.
You don't like him? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. He's great and everything, but I want
Oh,
to see
where is
the
he?
rare dragon that you found in Wintertide. Just to kind of, again, give people...
Shattered Rage is his actual name.
You don't rename your dragons? That's very sad.
Not when
You
I'm
should
using
be-
for a demo.
You should always rename your dragons.
Then I'd end up with a whole bunch of Bobs.
Yeah, I know better than that. We're in Wintertide. Wintertide's going to be the new zone. We're going to have a level cap increase from 60 to 70. It's going to be coming out in July. There's 3 normal instances and then 1 major instance, which will have difficulties 3 and 4. A lot of cool lore and storyline. Definitely some cool new dragons and other features.
Auction House fixes shard bag sorting. There is shard bag filtering coming out in the next update we have.
Next week's update.
What else is in there? I should really remember some of that stuff. One of the things that some of you guys may
That's on the. There's actually a full list on our forums as well as on the producer letter. If you find the link to that on the news page or anywhere else, we put a short list of some of the changes coming out next week.
One of the things that's in there, I don't know if it's mentioned in the patch notes or not, but they made a lot of fixes to the AI. So a lot of the breaking of aggro when you went into water, a lot of it's fixed now.
Oh, right.
So it's going to make those dungeons a little bit harder to do. Some of the encounters a little bit harder, but that's the way they're supposed to be.
Right, particularly with the bosses in there. There's definitely bosses throughout the world that if they're in standing water, doesn't even have to be deep water, just in standing water, they don't necessarily their AI doesn't work the proper way. So that's hopefully fixed for the most part in this next build. Yes, we were talking about the extra storage. That won't be in next week's update, but that will most likely be in our major update in July with Wintertide. And it's going to be additional storage called the Dragon Resting Place. And we're going to talk more details about that in our next stream. Is there anything about that?
Napolite extraction, that will be in our next update. As a guild, you'll be able to unlock the ability to send your dragons out to extract Napolite, which I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to, since that's what's used in crafting a lot of the higher end blues, yellows, and oranges.
You can always watch the full stream on Twitch TV /dragons_profit, I believe. So I don't think we posted on YouTube, but you can definitely go to Twitch TV and you can find past streams as well as today's. So always go there, and we have links on the forum. So if you haven't, dragonsprofitthegame.com, and we have news, we have forums, we have all kinds of great stuff to sign up, play the game if you haven't. We're actually almost out of time. We have 2 minutes left. We're only doing a half-hour stream today. So thank you guys for coming, and we will. Did you checked out and then back in?
I was just showing off the social media stuff.
Oh.
I thought maybe I'd hint to you. Hey,
I see.
you can follow us on Twitter,
Facebook.com,
Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff.
Look at Rod, he's so clever.
Yeah, something like that.
Do we show any new dragons that are not the ancient? Do you have any other new dragons that we can show? You have to go back to the game here.
I suppose I can take a look real quick. I did tame that one that you saw me running around with.
Yeah, meanwhile, there's bears.
That's okay.
Oh,
I'm fine.
wait, go straight back there. Oh no, that's one of those elk.
I can't ride while I can pull him out though. What is he on?
Yeah, that's one you captured earlier, right?
Yeah.